Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face, like it's lemonade. They say sorry and let go, but I know I got.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that work today. We gotta get better.
Estos son los gastos y el gasto más grande que tuvimos este año, la grabación para
Gentlemen, achieving our goals starts right here on the practice field. I can't stress that enough. You all know we have lofty goals for this season. If you want to achieve those goals, you gotta raise our game. Today just wasn't good enough. So next practice, we have to be much better.
los gastos son de 29.300.
What? That's why it sucks that you can't tackle Derrick Henry, man. You can't tackle him. We gonna stop us if we somehow create a turnover.
you guys aren't proud of that practice we just had, we need to see much better than that. Coaches can only do so much. We can only create a game plan. We can't go out there and practice. We're going to continue to demand excellence from you guys, so you better pick it up.
Let's go.
Full forward 5 yards. Snacks.
Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Hang on. Hello? Okay, yeah. So what I was trying to get to is...
from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
So you said you found the account by looking at what? So was it like a bring out from the...
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up.
No, I'm trying to say, how do you identify the 3 safeties somewhere on the receipts from the ATM?
Swarming to the ball carrier.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how we found
2nd down now. It's Edwards, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs.
Right, but there's no 3
maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage.
So just get and just look at his account. So what is his account? So that
an early tough test on the opening drive.
Oh, so no, for future, I'm trying to figure out how can we identify. So I want to know what the
now they'll throw here.
So it's not like anything on the receipt to tell you anyway. Just kind of just look at his account. Okay, so no, it can't be one. So that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see because I was looking in these attacks to see because in these attacks you can see him in the deposit, but it doesn't show.
Defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry, and he'll be taken down right around the 27. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Tannehill on 3rd down.
What the hell, bro?
Picked up by Steven Nelson. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily.
Wow.
And move on.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The Titans 37-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run with Edwards, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw here.
Got him on the blitz.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
What is that?
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So unable to convert the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
You making a call?
32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill looking deep for Julio. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there. Now
it's Tannehill off the bootleg. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally.
Offense versus his own defense. Find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line. After 1 on EA Sports. Titans, nothing. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Some problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
We talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Well, the second down throw on target, and he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Give him 30 yards there.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Tannehill. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Prater lining up for the point after.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jared Davis, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And Jones hands it over the middle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about the stats. He just wants to write the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
So far, he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Got him. Undrafted Derek, baby.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This one caught by Davis. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go. For it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
How is that roughing the passer?
He's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this down inside.
Come on, man.
Before going out of bounds. Well, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Jets are going to retake the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 17-14. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on second down. Tannehill got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous. And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There's some trust in there. There's also some hope.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Tannehill throwing again. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Blake Jarwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Prater for the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Jason Myers to kick off for the Jets.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to drop coverages they haven't run so far. They may have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. And he rifles one incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Jets.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A first down carry for Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Tannehill with a throw caught by Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Tannehill on first down. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The quick slant caught. And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Tannehill to his top target, Brown, for a Tennessee first.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The throw taken in by Cole. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
And 2nd and 10.
Got him.
To throw again.
Jeffrey Simmons.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure.
He gave up 7 sacks last week, man. We should be able to get some sort of pressure.
Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is taken at about the 14. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score touchdowns, you have to go look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. But if you do read me,
Let me check real quick.
Hold on, he's gonna check again. Let me see, hold on. Okay, let me see my check again. Hold on.
Was supposed to start at 4. 68% at 4.
Okay, it says 68% it's around 4 o'clock.
Coverage, Brandon. The drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
So you say how much mommy should
First down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Derrick Henry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in.
Let's go.
He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, it's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Titans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him.
I pressed the wrong button. What am I doing?
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you will you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1 that was denied as he tried to get the score.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans are able to extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point good by Prater, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New York ready to go again offensively. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what? 9 yards.
That is unbelievable.
It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Get him.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Harold Landry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And no, it's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
The defense.
So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
They're right now really hoping for a turn.
So you even paying attention? Are you even paying attention? I thought you was looking at your phone. Oh, I thought you. Oh, you writing it on a laptop. I'm sorry.
They'll keep it on the ground. Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Titans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Who cares?
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This to Jarwin. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That was slow first half and strong second.
It's up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away and off.
Still gonna run.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down.
He should. The Harold Landry should be getting back there. The freaking Mekhi Beckham is out the game.
His 2nd sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that'll be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Got him.
And he's going to go down way back at the 42-yard line.
Bud Dupree is a monster.
And it'll be a turnover on downs. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
After the penalty, it's Henry. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for
I thought they was going to call timeout.
Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage old school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Back to throw now on first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gault. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody. Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. You have a big decision here to make about one of your players. Your player is now ready to play, but there is a high chance of re-injury if you play. Scouting points are earned every week. Use all of your points because a portion of the remaining points will be lost when you advance the week.
crib, I'm sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like the hairs in the clock. Just like the hairs in the clock, I go back to back when I'm doing numbers. All the mad that I'm dropping the bus, so they threw me under. Heard they mad, they don't want to bust, so they boo each other. Think that they're the winning team, go losing, then they choose another. And that's okay, cause I'm competing with me, not you. I live with blessings like I can't stop sneezing, not you. I hate to break a ball, I leave myself top two. I blow away the competition like a ball of hot soup. And there's no catch, I go and get the bag and I'm
I was saying 3 out of 10 to you, bro.
If you ever had a problem, I didn't ask. So it's 444 in the car, but